Hello and welcome back to another video. This is American English with this guy. I'm this guy. My name is Brent. I've been an English teacher in the United States for 20 years, and the goal of this channel is to help you improve your English. And the goal of today's video is to answer some questions I wasn't able to answer during this weekend's live stream. But right off the bat, first things first, I would like to thank ceta for the super chat she gave me during the live stream. In this lesson, I'm going to answer 4 questions. 1, about the word leftover. 2, about the word frost. 3, about the word ain't. And finally, answer the question, how do you pronounce a word you've never seen before? I filmed the intro inside because it was raining. It has stopped raining, but it's still pretty foggy out. I wanted to get out here to make this video because over the next couple days, it is going to be pouring and I won't be able to get outside. In fact, tonight, the people who predict the weather say that we might lose electricity or we might lose power because the wind and rain will be so strong. Let's talk about the first question from Patty Candle. She's from France. Thank you so much for the question. And she's wondering about the word ain't. Well, ain't is a contraction. We have many of them in English, and one very common one is isn't. And that comes from 2 words, is not. A contraction is when you squish 2 short words together to make a little bit longer word, but still a pretty short word. So is not becomes isn't. And sometimes instead of saying isn't, you can say ain't. But to be honest, some Americans will think that ain't isn't exactly proper, and maybe that you aren't as smart as you would like to be. Let's take it isn't raining out right now. I could say it is not raining out right now, or I could say it isn't raining out right now, or I could say it ain't raining out right now, because it isn't raining right now. It ain't raining right now. But again, ain't, some people might think you aren't as educated as you could be. Many Americans will use the word ain't, and it's fine. Just because I'm an English teacher, I don't use it, but that doesn't mean you can't. Here are a couple quick examples of sentences that contain ain't. It ain't working right now. I ain't going to work today. I ain't got no sugar in my house. It ain't gonna snow tomorrow. The next question comes from Holthy, and he's from Finland. He's wondering, how do you pronounce a word you've never seen before? It's a great question. It happens to me all the time when I'm studying my Italian, and I found one source that will help. And that is Google Translate. I know a lot of people don't like using it. I actually use it. I think it has gotten better over the last couple years. Is it correct all the time? No, it's not. Is it better than nothing? I think that it is. Another resource, and I will leave the link down in the description box, is something called forvo. Forvo, where native speakers will record some words that might help you. Sometimes when I'm looking for words in Italian, they aren't there, so it doesn't work all the time, but some of the time it can be really helpful. Mahdi from Saudi Arabia has the next one, and he didn't really ask a question, but he mentioned the word leftover, and I wanted to make sure everyone knew what that word was. And we just celebrated Thanksgiving here in the United States, and families will often have leftovers after the big Thanksgiving meal. And a leftover is exactly what it sounds like. It is parts of the meal, the food, dessert, pretty much anything that hasn't been eaten, and that will be saved for the next day or maybe even later on that day. Some people like to have leftovers as a midnight snack. And a midnight snack is also exactly what it sounds like. It's a snack that you have at midnight when everyone else is sleeping. You might raid the refrigerator for some of those midnight snacks. And the final question comes from Happy Mentor. First time I noticed Happy Mentor in the live chat, and they really contributed a lot to the live chat. I think they know English pretty well. But they were wondering if you can hear frost on the trees. And a simple answer to that is no. You can't. Frost is usually found on the ground. In the summer, we have something called dew that will form on the grass overnight. It's wet, it's kind of like rain, even though it didn't rain the night before. The grass might be wet when you wake up. We call that dew. And in the winter, that freezes. So before we get snow for the year, the grass will often have frost on it. And frost is simply dew that is frozen. This morning when I woke up, it was 26 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was actually dew on the ground. We haven't had snow yet that has stuck around, so probably until we get snow, the morning temperatures will be cold enough that we will have dew on the grass when we wake up. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the channel members. They help support this channel each month. I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers because you also help this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are looking for more videos, right up there is a video I did about semester, trimester, and quarter. Below that, I made a video about some of the phrasal verbs we use with the word keep. See you next time.